What's up, my Fina loves? It's Miss Fina D coming to you all from Finatainment News. I already explained in the last video I did about Married and Medicine, about what happened and to my laptop and all of that and why I'm late and all of that. So let's get right into it. Man, the latest episode of Married and Medicine, same old different day. But I love how I don't have to jump around too much this time around because majority of the episode focus everyone was in one room, and everything happened in one room. So I don't have to go from moments to moments and stories to stories to this. So I love the whole DNA reveal idea. I love that, Heavenly was doing her best to be positive and, redeem herself from the disaster that was the whole therapy session. It might be, I love the idea and I love that she was able to bring everyone back together. And I love the whole idea of them wearing, African attire regardless of what, country it was from, because I'm from West Africa, Liberia, and when people just say I'm going to Africa, it's like, yeah, which country? It's a continent. So when I'm discussing things, I like to be, specific to that country. But they were wearing a was it Toya said that her friend had a shop and she's from Ghana. I lived in Ghana for 3 years before I came to the States. Love Ghana. Beautiful country. Beautiful, beautiful country. But anyways, yeah, so that whole situation was nice. Her setup was nice. I love that, she had her husband, Heavenly, I'm talking about, getting the spirit and all of that. Of course, there's a little shade being thrown from Quad to Quintessa. Quintessa is tall, she's very tall, so you have to be very careful and pay attention to the cut and how, so the only part I didn't like about that jumpsuit is the cut. It was literally like, yeah, if you watch the episode, you know what I'm talking about. And I just felt like that wasn't the look just in that area, because it was just cutting her the cut. You got the picture. So that was that. But let's get to it. The reveal was funny. I love that Eugene was very funny, talking about he's a white man and all of that, but you saying what he said at the end, yeah, probably coming in there and saying I'm a white man wasn't a great joke after all. But I love when they can all just relax, have fun, make people laugh and all of that. Before we get to the table and everything going around and all of that, let's talk about Dr. Jackie real quick and her husband moving back in the house. For the people who are saying, oh, Jackie, this is the reason why he went out and cheated in the first place, you're not giving him any, you're putting him downstairs and all of that. No, he's wrong. Point blank, period. He was wrong, whatever the case might be. Just because you're not getting something at home doesn't mean you go out there and get it. That's not an excuse. You talk to your wife. You try to work it out. You do everything you gotta do. And if it's not working, then you file for divorce and you leave. Then you go out there and get it. You don't say, I wasn't getting what I needed, so I went out and get it. And now that, we're still married and I'm back, I'm expecting you to just welcome me in your bed. Absolutely not. First of all, it's very emotional. She's going to be going through that for a long time. She just feel like, listen, man, I've been with this man for a long time. Yes, I'm still very attractive. I'm in shape. I'm successful. I can go out there and get any man I want. But all of the reservations of, listen, I've been in this relationship for a long time. Do I really want to start over? That's one. Two, I'm Dr. Jackie or Married to Medicine. Can I really trust the men that are out there? Are they coming in my life for the right reasons? Or are they coming in my life because I'm Dr. Jackie or Married to Medicine? What are their intentions? So should I just walk away and throw my marriage away, or should I try to fix it? And since I already have history with this man, so, and of course there's love there, but it's going to be a long ride. She's going to have a lot of mood swings. There's going to be days where she's going to be happy, I have my husband back, we're back in the house together. And there's going to be days she's just going to despise him. There's going to be days that her self-esteem is going to be through the roof. There's going to be days she's going to say, man, does this make me weak for me to invite him back in the house? Does this, and she's going to start questioning herself, and does he now feels like he can get, I give him a pass, so now all of those things they are going to have. And it's, what, if she doesn't bring that on camera or talk about it in the next season, it's going to be interesting to see the dynamic, because that's not something you heal from quickly. Also too, is that whole moment of, nah, you were just touching somebody else, doing things to somebody else. Those images are still in my head. They are still playing back in my head. Absolutely, I don't want you touching me or whatever. Or Dr. Jackie is already going through that. I'm Jackie. I'm the strong one. I'm the one who put my foot down. I'm the one who filed for divorce right away. I'm the woman that they look up to. I'm the woman they place on the pedestal. I'm perfect even though she's not perfect. So she feels like taking her husband back shows a sign of weakness, even though I'm sure now she's realizing that it's not. But in those moments, she felt like a failure. She felt like taking him back was a moment of weakness, because yes, she went through her moments of, I feel like a failure because I'm allowing a man who disrespected me back in my house. So now I have to prove to America that, oh no, he's not back in my bed. Oh no, it's not that easy. So that's why she's doing all of that. So all of this could be for the cameras. Maybe they are, when the cameras are gone, they are back in each other's bed. But to put out an image out there, the cameras are here, this is where you're sleeping downstairs, whatever the case might be. So she could really be going through, the healing process, and he could be really sleeping downstairs, or it could be for the cameras. Either way, look at the positive, because I always talk about, being positive at all times and seeing the good in every situation. So the positive out of this, Curtis, is that he's back in the house. One step closer, right? So kudos to them for being able to work on the marriage, and we shall see. It looks like they're doing fine, so hopefully they can continue to grow together. We shall see what's going to happen during the reunion and all of that. I'm sure she's going to give updates on their marriage and all of that. But the image that she posted recently, talking about them and them being together and smiling and all of that, shows that they're still together and they're working it out. So kudos to Dr. Jackie and her marriage and working it out with her husband. All right, Dr. Simone, her husband, same old different day. They really didn't say much. They just walked in there and that was that. Heavenly reveal party was great. People coming up and looking at their results and just having fun with it. I felt like that was amazing, and I love everybody. I love Mariah look. Yeah, Mariah looked beautiful. I love the thing that Quad had on her head. Toya, everybody just came together and looked great. Now, wow, the that whole situation with Toya and Quad was interesting, but I get it, man. At this point, everyone be fighting to keep their spot on the show. That's it. I mean, especially with Eugene and Toya, being able to pay off their taxes and all of that. They need a check. So this is Toya's. But that whole conversation, I get it. They were talking about letting things go and moving forward and all of that. So I understand where Toya felt like, hey, it was in relation to the topic, but it was just all for cameraman. Hey, let me just go ahead and turn this party out to basically, secure my spot for next season, because she could have pulled aside and had that conversation with her even on camera, but it wouldn't have been impactful, right? It wouldn't have had the same reaction and impact that it did had she pulled Quad aside and have a conversation like Simone did. That whole screaming in the boat. Do you see how different it was when they went out to eat? Yes, Quad of course was late again, very disrespectful. I just feel like people who are late don't respect me or my time. I just feel like, you know what, yeah, whatever, Vina will be alright. Like, that's one of my biggest pet peeve. Our friendship will be over quick because of that, because I am a busy woman. I got a lot going on. So if you come in my life and you make an appointment with me and you waste my time, I just feel like that is very disrespectful. I mean, and of course, things happen. So if something major happened and that's the reason why you didn't show up, then I completely understand. Or you showed up late, then I understand. And you can be excused, but she's late all the time. But you saw the difference, right? When the energy is right, when people talk to each other, not at each other, you see how, and they enter the room with a genuine spirit. You see the difference in the conversation, because Quad had the same moment with Lisa Nicole when she was on that show, but because the energy was off, they went to throwing water and doing all that stuff. When the energy is different and you genuinely want to work on your friendship and hear each other and have a conversation and not talk at each other, then it's different. So, but, let's not front the show. People want to see drama. People talk about positivity all the time, but then they'll be the same ones to say, oh my god, the show is so boring, where is the extra oomph, and then if people are laughing and happy all the time, we get it, you guys are funny, but we need some drama. That's just what it is in this day and age, man. So I completely understand why Toya took that approach to do it at the table and all of that. Then Quad talking about yeah, we shall never speak again. I'm like, girl, you're so dramatic. Oh, she is so extra. Oh my god, that girl is extra. I'm like, good god. And then when she was like, don't put, basically shutting everybody up to not, talk about their situation. I'm like, yeah, being in everybody's situation. So now you want them to stay out of it. But they apologize at the end. I understand. Hey, you hit me below the belt, so I'm going to do the same thing. Just petty stuff. But Eugene, though, did he say? I think he said an N-word. I think he said an N-word because they say the B word all the time, and Bravo don't bleep that out. They let the B word go on. So I think he said an N-word, and that's why. Because the reason why I said that, when I think at the end, was it Simone or Dr. Jackie or somebody? I think it was Simone. Somebody said, now we know how you feel about him saying he's a white man and then saying that word. Yeah, so I think he said an N-word, but wow, like he just went off. And what's funny, what's interesting, not funny, but what's interesting was he was one of the guys on the boat saying to Dr. Heavenly Husband, stay out of the women stuff, let them, have it. But after a while, I completely understand. After a while, it gets tiring. And yes, he was wrong for addressing the ladies like that. And like I'm talking about the approach. It's always how, you approach people. He could have put his hand up and say, excuse me, ladies, can I say something? Everyone can't respond and the way how Heavenly Husband respond to conflict, but he could have put his hands up and said, ladies, can I just explain something? And guys, I know Dr. Heavenly Husband's name is Damon, okay? Dr. Damon. I don't know why I keep saying Dr. Heavenly Husband like he doesn't have a name. I do apologize. I became accustomed to saying it that way. But Dr. Damon, let me give him the respect that he needs, even though, yes, it is a husband, but still. Sometimes when you really sit people down and you break it down to them, they are more receptive than when it's coming from a place of anger and just is mean. Then they become defensive. Like, who the you think you're talking to like that? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not your child. So yeah, what he said was valid. It gets tiring every gathering, and I understand Heavenly Husband Damon. I'm a doctor. I got patience. I got a real job. I'm on my feet all day running around. I'm tired, okay? I'm freaking exhausted. I want to leave that hospital. I want to go home, take a long hot shower, eat my dinner, curl in my nice comfortable bed. I don't want to be dragged straight from the hospital into this. I'm wearing something I don't want to wear. I'm exhausted because I'm here to support my wife, okay? And I'm also supposed to contribute to the show. Because Married to Medicine, we're married. Like, I'm here. And this is what y'all want to do? When I could be at home sleeping in my comfortable bed, or I could be at the hospital helping my patients, I'm not going to waste my time with this mess. So I don't blame the guy for getting up and leaving. Like, I was right there with him, like, yes, leave. Because, wow, it just be too much, man. So I'm glad that he went back, and apologized. As we're going to see, Quintessa is trying to keep her spot on the show because, yeah, she had drama here and there with her nanny. Maybe the nanny felt used, that, oh, I'm being used for the one to create drama on camera, and why Quintessa have, I want to say perfect, no one marriage is perfect, but why she have, from the outside looking in, this beautiful life, and the love is still in her relationship, in her marriage, and all of that. Maybe behind the scene, the nanny felt, Miss Renee felt like, she was being used. Who knows? Or maybe that whole thing was a setup so that they can have a storyline where Miss Renee is going to call and ask for her job back, and then they're going to film her getting her job back and film her apologizing. Who knows? Either that, or Quintessa deciding to go back in the office and they getting a new nanny, or whatever the case might be. We shall see. But when I talk about her really doing her best to keep her spot on the show, I'm talking about the preview of the next episode, where once again they are all at a gathering, having fun, celebrating Toya and Eugene paying off their debt. And once again, here we go. We're going to bring drama. We just can't drink. We just can't have fun. We just can't be happy. We have to bring drama. And so that's what Eugene was talking about. Now, since we're talking about Quintessa, I'm doing my best to pronounce it the right way. Also, no disrespect there. Her making the ultimate sacrifice to quit her job and be home with her children. I completely, understand. And I'm sure she's going to get back to medicine. It's her career. It's not a job, it's a career. But, that's one of the leverage of having a 2-income home and having someone else there. So, and they have a beautiful home, a beautiful life. I mean, they've been doing well before Married to Medicine. So, hey, she's contributing to the household with her time on the show as well, so she's getting a check. So I completely understand. It was very sad and emotional to see her missing things with her kids. And let's go to the opposite. Simone is like, I ain't missing, I don't regret anything. Caesar was there to pick up the boys, be home. They help with the boys' homework and all of that. And I get to work, and you can see the disconnect. I mean, hey, I understand our parents, yes, we want to work hard, provide amazing lives, for our children. For those of you who have children, that's why I'm saying our children. Some parents wants to work hard and provide an amazing life for their kids. However, you have to understand that in as much as the children remember, I had a beautiful life. My mom and dad took good care of me, did everything in their power to make sure I had everything I needed. They also do remember when mom and dad walked in that room and how their face lit up to see mom and dad watching, their performance, whatever they have going on at school, or if they play sports. They remember all those special Sundays or Fridays that it was dad time or mom time, and they would go to the park or the zoo. The kids remember all of those little things. So in as much as providing a beautiful home and experience for your kids, also remember too that they remember the little things the most as well, because it's like, okay, yeah, thank you for the mansion and thank you for a great life, but yeah, I don't know you. It's a disconnect. I miss you because you're never here. So I am glad that she's finding her balance, and when she's ready to go back to medicine, I'm sure she's going to go back. Quintessa, but Dr. Simone was like, not over here. I I enjoy what I do and I'm good. So anyway, so that's that about those two. Now let's get to Quad. Wow. When her husband touch her leg in that last scene, and she was like, don't touch me. Yeah, let's start from the fact that he walk in the house and walk in the kitchen, and he's saying, babe, what's up, babe, and what's up, Gregory. Now, regardless of that's how she addressed her husband from the beginning of the show, and it's just interesting how the men, and Gregory is very wrong in his approach. So I'm not excusing him at all. I'm just saying that it's interesting how the men gets called out for not doing certain things, and then when they start doing those things, the ladies don't receive it. But yeah, they're going through a lot behind closed doors. Like, we are seeing things, but there's a lot of things that we are not seeing, because man, the way how she turned and said to that man, don't touch me. Wow. And then what's interesting is when she talked about divorce, he was like, man, I'm not doing that. So those two have to figure it out. They really do have to figure it out, because I'm not going to bring up their past anymore, but yeah, I'm talking about the show Snap. I don't know if you guys watch Snap, but somebody gonna end up on that show. Like, they need to figure it out or just let it go, because that right there was too much. So that's about it, man. That disaster of a event, and having you leaving and everybody being upset, and so there's really nothing much to talk about. Like I said, I'm wishing everybody well, and we shall see the extension of the drama in the next episode. Okay, my Fina loves, I'm going to go ahead and end it here. I am wishing you all an amazing day, and remember to always have the God bless attitude, which is being positive at all times and seeing the good in every situation. Have a great day, guys. God bless.